We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.
Good afternoon and welcome to Cusick Park in Ennis for this round 4 clash between hosts Clare and Down in Division 3 of the National Ladies Football League. 300 kilometres separate the county distance-wise, but only a mere 3 points is the difference in the Division 3 table as the Ulster side, backed by the momentum of 3 successive victories, are nestled just behind Louth in joint second place alongside Wexford and Kildare. Therefore, with only 3 matches remaining, this is a pivotal tie on both sides of the divide, as nothing but victory will suffice for the Banner County to remain in the hunt for a Division 3 final place, while equally Down can afford another defeat if they're to keep their promotion within their own hands. It makes for an intriguing tie that I, Owen Brennan, I'd like to bring you alongside our analyst Anne-Marie Callan. And Anne-Marie, I suppose, I don't think either side could have asked for a better test. I suppose we're crossing the halfway mark of the league. A crucial test for both teams just to see where they are, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. And no side will want to lose today. As you said, 300 kilometres separating the two sides. Perfect conditions today for football. Nice and calm. Slight wind blowing in to the town end. But we're looking forward to an excellent display of football here today.
Yeah, we'll get to the teams first before we do any further analysis of the game. And for the host side, Clare, there's 3 changes to last week's team, with Orla Devitt, Megan Downs and Ciara McCarthy coming in for the side. The team is as follows. It's Amy Lenihan in goal, a full back line of Orla Devitt, Shifrani Connell and Grania Harvey, a half back line of Louise Griffin, Creva Harvey, who's the captain, and Anya Keane. Midfield pairing of the vice-captains Sinead Considine and Chloe Maloney, a half-forward line of Megan Downs, Fidelma Marnan and Amy Sexton, and a full-forward unit of Lizzie Roach, Cleena Blake and Ciara McCarthy. And for Down, there are 2 changes to the team that lined out last week, with the Orla Blaney coming in and a late change that sees Paige Smith come into the side instead of midfielder Aoife Laverty. So here's the team for Down that are lining out today. Amy McGivern in goal, Eve McCardle, Ciara Byrne and Orla Boyle are their full back line. Natalie McKibben, Megan Doherty, who's the captain, and Amy Green is the half back line. Paige Smith, as I mentioned, is coming in with midfield with Emily Martin, a half forward line of Niamh Scullion, Vivian McCormack and Aoife Keown, and a full forward line of Orla Blaney, Natasha Ferris and Niamh King. As we said, conditions perfect today. Slight bit of an icy breeze is blowing down towards the goal end. We'll see how the toss goes and which way the teams are going to play. I suppose a very competitive division so far, Anne-Marie, in that Louth are unbeaten. Obviously you've Kildare and Wexford. I think Kildare won this morning already. They beat Offaly by 3-17 to 2-6. That puts them up there with Louth. You've got Down and Clare also in the mix. A very, very competitive grade so far.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at Down and Clare there, there's only one space between them. I think Down are 4th in the table and Clare are 5th. It's a very, very open group, and no team will want to lose here today. You know, they'll be looking for trying to stay up and keep the promotion alive. I know just you went through the Clare team there. It's great to see Orla Devitt back in. She
yes.
College commitments the last couple of weeks. The half back line is staying the same as is midfield. Megan Downs is back in at number 10. She came on the last day and made a pivotal impact. She dispossessed, I think she had 5 or 6 dispossessions when she came back in. And Ciara McCarthy also from Kilmurray is back in after a few weeks. Just looking at the Down team, then Aoife Keown was outstanding last week against Longford. They had their 3rd win against Longford. They scored 4-13 that day, so Clare will have to watch that. Down are very good at getting goals. Natalie McKeown is wing back as well. She played excellent, as did Natasha Ferris, full forward. So Clare are going to have to watch those 3 girls.
I suppose Natasha Ferris 317 are making so far in the league, and Fidel Marnon with 411. The two marquee forwards that we've seen, like, that's fair scoring for. We're only like halfway through the league so far.
Yeah, I think they're in the top 10 at the moment in their division. You know, very, very good girls, and both sides will have to be work very hard in defence. Looking at Megan Doherty as well at 6 for Down, she works really, really hard. As does Niamh King. She got the winning score against Wexford a couple of weeks ago.
And Niamh King is only a minor as well, you know what I mean?
All, yeah.
Obviously great promise there as well. You look at their team, they have an ACL injury. Sarah Doherty got one. She's out. Jessica Foy is playing soccer professionally, so that's a big loss for Down as well. And Clare also missing a few key players maybe that they'll hope to get back in later in the league. What have you made of Clare? I mean, a lot of mixed results I suppose in their league game so far. We've seen the good and the bad. I suppose a big win against Sligo, maybe turned off against Wexford again.
Yeah, I think the toughest defeat was probably against Kildare back in Clare. You know, Clare had the winning of it, 3 points with 8 minutes to go, and unfortunately a few missed passes and a few dispossessions, and it cost them. You know, the Kildare full forward line capitalised and got their scores. So I know Clare will be disappointed with that, but they've worked hard in training, I've heard, the last couple of weeks, and they're moving the ball a lot better and they're limiting the mistakes.
Yeah, and the opposite then for Down really, because they lost the first game to Kildare by 16 points, which is a fair sobering opening one, and then it built up the momentum. We'll just pause there for the national anthem, I suppose, for just a second. Fantastic rendition there of Oran Levine, and it looks like the teams are going to line out just on that down momentum, I suppose. 3 wins in a row and beating Wexford along the way as well. You know, it built up a lot of momentum coming here. Yeah,
you mentioned that Wexford game with 30 seconds left. They were a point down. Yeah. They ended up winning it with a free in the end. You know, so this Down team have great heart and spirit, and they're not going to give up. You know, as are Clare. But their momentum has been, since that first game, they've improved with every match.
Yeah, well, Clare looking to record a first home victory of the season, and it's their first outing in the county grounds here in Cusack Park, as we await the teams to line out, and we're going to see which team has the win. As we mentioned, Down looking to get a 4th successive victory in a row, which would be a significant result in this division, because Louth and Wexford are playing today, and both these teams here today have to play Louth in the next 2 games. Clare at home against Louth in the next round, which is after a 3-week break, and then Down have them in the last game. So that might come down to that very, very crucial game there right at the end of it. So the teams are lining out. It looks like Clare are going to have the wind in the opening half. It's a difference to the normal wind, which normally blows towards the old scoreboard end. It's now blowing towards the town of Ennis as Down and Clare line out. There's a few positional switches which we'll get to in a second. I can see Vivian McCormack immediately starting in midfield, as is Megan Doherty, it looks like. So centre forward and centre back, as per the programme, are going to be lining out for their start anyway at midfield, as the referee Justin Murphy from Cork is about to throw in the ball.
I just noticed there Fidel Marnon has gone wing forward, and Megan Downs has gone in corner forward with Lisa Roach gone full.
Yeah, okay, so a lot of switches here early on. The referee just making sure that everyone's in the position and everyone has to be inside their 45s. He's making sure that every small rule has been adhered to before we even start. And we're about to set going here in this round 4 game in Division 3 of the National Ladies Football League. And again, very, very officious here starting off.
Yeah.
I hope that's not a sign for the rest of the game. And the ball is in. And it's Chloe Maloney who's battling hard with Megan Doherty. And it's Vivian McCormack that picks up the ball. And she gives it off to the captain. Assesses her options. Looking out. And she just takes the easier option just on the left wing. Just taking very, very patient to start off with. It was, we said, Down are against what is a stiff breeze. So they will be in no hurry to go on any major attacks here or kick the ball that might be at it. Now it's a good ball into the corner. Oh, and it's Orla Devitt is beaten already. It's a perfect little build-up, and it's Orla Blaney that looks across to Aoife Keown. Aoife Keown off to Niamh King. And here we go, as they're building, and there is the late sub Paige Smith that's bringing it along the left wing, and she passes inside the 45, going to be tackled by Cliona Blake. And now, patient, very, very patient from down as they look to break that 45-metre line. And it is Keown that gets inside to Paige Smith. Smith again, as Clare very much crowding it out at the moment, and it's Niamh King, that minor, that aforementioned minor that we mentioned. And Megan Doherty. They're going to be... Oh, and there's a first piece of possession for Clare, and it's the Dylan Marnon. He picks up possession. Amy Sexton just losing her eye on it for the moment. But it's Clare that are breaking, and it's down right into the corner where Lizzie Roach, and the bounce just beats her. And the goalkeeper, Amy McGivern, has let it go, and it's going to be a first wide. I suppose a good counter-attack from Clare, but it was down. They had that patient build-up for the first couple of minutes.
Yeah, down very patient, but an excellent disposition there in the middle of the field from Dylan Marnon, and she broke at pace, gave it to Amy Sexton, who gave it to Chloe Maloney, and lucky there with the bounce for Lizzie Roach.
Oh, that's
taking a quick kick out.
Yeah, they just about got away with it, or did they? Because Clare put him under immense pressure there at the back. That's not a place that they wanted to give away possession, but it's Paige Smith. They're having joy down this left wing so far, at least. And it's down to the breaking. The cornerback, Orla Boyle, gives off to Paige Smith. She looks to get back to Orla Blaney. He does pick up possession. Again, looks for Aoife Keown, who comes very, very deep. And now, looking for that pinpoint pass inside, but Sheaffer O'Connell, that is superb full back play. Gets out in front of Natasha Ferris, and it allows Clare to pick up possession again, and it's O'Connell again involved in it as the ball breaks out, and it's Chloe Maloney, looked to be a free. She does win it. And the referee's going to have a word already. He's just saying we're not going to tolerate anything. Well, if he's not going to tolerate the positional switches before the game, he's definitely not going to tolerate that. Chloe Maloney looks up, obviously finds their top scorer, Fidelma Marnon. Marnon off to Anya King, and Marnon's going to have a goal here from about 40 metres, and that looks to be on target. Oh, that's a superb opening score here. With 3 minutes gone, and that's the first score for Clare. That is a very, very important score.
Yeah, excellent teamwork from Clare. That came from the half-back line there. Really good work. Didn't panic on the ball, gave it to the person in the best position, and Fidelma from her favourite right side popped the ball over the bar. Yeah,
no shortage of confidence there. Down again, having to go short, and again have to be very, very patient here, and very, very precise, it must be added as well. Goalkeeper Amy McGivern now is on her third position in this opening passage, but there's a loose bit of play here again, and Clare under pressure. Down, we're lucky to win that free. Marnon. And it looks like the referee is saying that he doesn't want anyone at the far sideline either. So he's willing to make sure that somebody's adhering to. And officials, yeah, well, rules are rules, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't seen a ref do that yesterday now, so...
I don't know how much interference he was having, but anyway, we move on again. And it's down the kind of break out. Oh, and it's just the first again. Lizzie Roach intercepting a pass. Now, what can she do with it? She takes her time. She's going to have a punt that's going to go off the target. Unfortunately, it goes wide for Lizzie Roach, but a good interception. Down, kind of playing a dangerous game there at the back. Yeah,
they're going with the quick kick outs, and it was well intercepted. Lizzie, if she had turned back, Chloe Maloney was free, but that's easy for us to say from up here.
Yeah.
But down her in possession again, and it's well cut out by Grieva Harvey.
Yeah, Emily Martin's clip didn't seem to be a little bit loose, and it allows Clare to pick up possession again, and it's Chloe Maloney, the vice captain, looking to find Fidelma Marnon. Why wouldn't she? After scoring 3-17 and now 3-18 so far in this league. Chloe Maloney just ponders for a second and is dispossessed by Megan Doherty. Megan Doherty looks to be doing a shadowing role on Chloe Maloney today. We obviously see her as a major threat, and here is Doherty again. A very, very inspiring captain who normally lines out at centre back but is filling that midfield role and almost even a sweeper maybe today. And now we've the Keown looking to break out from the half-back line. They get some relief here as Amy Green hoping to keep the ball in play, but just can't on the halfway line. Amy Sexton has it and looks like Cliona Blake. No, she gives it back to the safe hands of her own captain, Caoimhe Harvey, who now looks to find Blake on just inside the 45-metre line. She's cutting inside. What are her options here? Or will she go it all on her own? She doesn't. She falls off to Ciara McCarthy. Ciara McCarthy has a tackle, puts it over. Yes, signals it in, and Ciara McCarthy doubles Clare's advantage. Well, 6 minutes gone in this tie. There are 2 points to the good, Emery.
Excellent work from Caoimhe Harvey there. She found Cliona Blake with a lovely keep pass inside. Cliona had made the run. Cliona worked hard and passed it off to Ciara McCarthy, and that'll do Ciara's confidence a world of good after coming back in after a few weeks.
Yeah.
Down again with the quick kick out.
Yeah, it's to note that I suppose 12 from each side inside the half here, and that's making it more pressurised for Down to get out of their own half. But they do so now because they've got a free out. And they're just a bit lax in marking up straight immediately, and it allows Down to build on that as they bump forward. And here is the aforementioned Niamh King. The minor has had a very, very impressive start to her senior career. And here she goes, and she's after brushing off the tackles of 2 Clare defenders. Oh, but that is great defending again from Siofra Connell and getting the better of Natasha Ferris, which isn't an easy thing to do. And she's got possession again. And now finds Megan Downs. They have to be a small bit patient with it here themselves, and it's Caoimhe Harvey picks up possession. She gives it off to Anya Keane, and now Clare builds. Sinead Constance, what a high ball in this. Oh, that's brilliantly caught initially by Siofra Connell, but a difficult one to take over her shoulder. Megan Downs is just dispossessed slightly. Oh, did she touch the ball on the ground? The referee says no. So off we go, and it's Chloe Maloney making some good ground here. It's on her foot. No, she decides to cut back inside. Gives it off to Megan Downs. Megan Downs is bursting through. She'll surely go for it, but that's not going to be on target, and it's Clare's third wide. And in only the first 8 minutes, a good opportunity to make it 3-0 there, Emery.
Yeah, it was a good patient play from Clare. I think Megan was a little bit off balance there when she kicked. Maybe Chloe could have kicked before that, but I'd say she was in fear of being blocked down. Good work from Siofra Connell there at full back. She's been out in front of every ball there in front of Natasha Ferris. And Orla is so there's a 2 inside the full forward line now for Down, so that I think they have pushed out Orla Blaney out in the half forward line.
It seems they have to, because that wind seems to be playing a factor, and it's clear that they've won possession again. And this time Lizzie Roach has an easier kick. Well, did she put it on target? No, she doesn't. That is not a good effort from Lizzie Roach, who had bundles of time to just take it in, even to take it in a bit further. But it means that Clare now have 4 wides. They have 2 scores on the board, but in their 6 shots have only got a 33% conversion rate, which isn't ideal.
I think when you've nearly too much time in the ball, it's a hindrance at times.
Now, referee's holding up possession there because Emily Martin is down, holding her leg there from that kick out. Amy McGivern, interesting, I suppose, Emery. She went for the more direct route this time, just kick it as far as she could go, really.
Yeah, the first 5 have been short, so she's opted for the long kick out this time. Hopefully, Emily will be okay. She's had a great campaign so far. It gives both teams a chance just to get some water on board and take a breather. It's been a fairly fast first 10 minutes, really high paced.
And maybe reshuffle their thinking as well, because Down, have been pretty much playing this game a lot of the time in their own half. They had possession maybe the first minute or so, but after that it's pretty much been played in a Clare laden siege there, at least putting them under pressure inside their own half. Yeah,
and Clare are bringing back extra players, because Down are holding up a little bit more. They're playing it across the field, and it's giving Clare a chance to get players back. Okay, well, she's still being assessed here, so hopefully she's okay and fit to go on. She started at wing forward, even though she's wearing 9 on her back, because Megan Doherty has started at midfield, as did Vivian McCormack. An interesting midfield pairing. And just another position to switch there from Clare, as have done throughout the league. Cliona Blake is out kind of working around the middle of the field, very, very fit. She was named at 14, but she's out in the middle of the field working hard.
And we're back underway, and it is the aforementioned Emily Martin who's back on her feet and also trying to set up an attack for Down. That's a great piece of possession from Grania Harvey. And Grania gets the ball back from Louise Griffin as Clare set off again. They're just on Fidel Martin will be followed by 3 down players as she crosses the halfway line, and she's about to take a major tackle, which looked like a push, and it is. And Fidel Martin is down, and she looks to be hurt after that push, which was pretty heavy. There's actually 2 players down because Fidel Martin is down for Clare, and Aoife Keown is down for down.
Yeah, Caoimhe Harvey.
And Caoimhe Harvey as well. There's 3 players down. We're off the casualty list here, just in front of the dugouts. And the referee giving Paige Smith a ticking. He's now going to assess, see how Aoife Keown is. I didn't seem to be a tackle there, Emery. I'm not sure how she went down. Or
I think they just ran into each other.
Okay.
Just you mentioned Aoife Keown there. She's been outstanding the last couple of weeks. She's covered every blade of grass last week against Langford, and it's good she's up into her feet again because Dow wouldn't want to lose her.
Yeah, absolutely. She's kind of a roving role there. She's played in the first couple of minutes anyway. Fidel Martin, everyone seems to be okay again. And it's Ciara McCarthy that takes the line ball, it looks to be, but I thought he was going for a free initially. And now Ciara McCarthy on the ball again. She plays a kind of a searching ball inside. Chloe Maloney maybe realised that she wasn't going to win it and let the ball go. And that's now a 5th wide for Clare. Could that prove costly? Because we're now nearly 12 minutes into this tie, and Clare have 2 scores on the board, but they've hit 5 wides as well. So not good so far. But they do win the kick out. And it means that they're allowed to set up another attack. And it's Chloe Maloney trying to find Lizzie Roach, and she does. She gets the ball back. And now it's going to be Louise Griffin that's going to be outside the post again, unfortunately. 6th wide for Clare. The home side now, they're starting to tack up, and that's, it's probably outside the shooting range, especially for, I suppose, some of the defenders and players that, the marquee forwards like Fidelma that were taking the shots, fair enough, but
basically down and usually put the pressure on them, I think it's going to be a hot ball here now because the ref has felt that Amy McGovern took too long kicking out the ball. So I think he's going to do a throw in there in the 21.
Well, he's certainly a man of the rule book, so we have to admire him for that. It's going to be a throw in on the 20-metre line. Down certainly have a lot of players back there. Clare not exactly bombing forward with it. I don't think maybe they'd realise what's going on at the moment. They were looking to take a line ball. So Chloe Maloney in for this with Megan Doherty, the captain of Down. Let's see how it goes. And it's Doherty that looks to win possession. And straight away, Orla Boyle now in possession as she goes on the left wing. Goes off to Orla Blaney. Back to Natalie McGibbon, and Orla Boyle again. That's a nice bit of intricate passing from Down. They look to play cross field now, and here's Paige Smith. Smith looking to cross the 65-metre line. She's got Anya Keane for company. She's going to stay with her all the way, and Down are not blessed with numbers here. What's she going to do? Because she's nearly trapped into the corner, and she is put under a little bit of pressure here from Caoimhe Harvey, who does get a kick to it, and she brings it underway. Good captain play there. Anya Keane giving it off to Sinead Considine, and now it's Clare on the counter-attack again, and it's Schiffer coming at pace, and now they do cross the halfway line. Tina Blake, 14 are back, but she's playing anywhere but 14. And it's Lizzie Roach, Megan Downs. They had a few players over here. One of those is Cliona Blake, but she comes into a crowd and loses possession. And now Emily Martin trying to get Down underway again. It's end-to-end stuff at least, Marie.
Excellent tackling by both sides. We see an excellent tackling here by Anna Keane, and equally down in the half-back line from down there from Amy Green. So really, really hard-working first half so far.
And Down would be happy enough with the position, considering, Clare have had 8 shots at the post, but have only scored 2 points.
Yeah, because it just shows the pressure that they've been put under, Down are in the attack here now, and it's going to cross to Aoife Keown, but well dispossessed by Louise Griffin.
And Louise Griffin does very, very well, because it does set up another attack, and she's looking for it again. If Cliona Blake can spot her, but again, she looks inside, she's got space, and now, what can Amy Sexton do? Oh, she gives it off to Fidelma Martin, who has a bit of purpose about her. Can she break that voodoo? It comes off the post, would you believe? The left-hand post. And Clare are still searching for that 3rd score. It's now 9 minutes since they've got their last score, despite an amount of shots at the target. And now, Megan Doherty fouls around the halfway line. Oh, and that's not a brilliant ball, but she just somehow gets away with it. Aoife Keown playing the ball down to Emily Martin. And Emily Finds Aoife Keown again. Now Down have a bit more space because Megan Doherty has an opportunity to play it into the left corner. Maybe overhits it slightly for Niamh King. Allows Orla David to nip in there and find Blake. Blake has been on a lot of ball here, especially on the right hand side. She's got Anya Keane just in front of her. She looks for the more incisive one to Amy Sexton. She finds Megan Downs, back to Sexton, and suddenly is there a gap? No, it's a great tackle. Superb tackle from Natalie McGibbon. And Down, very, very patient, did what they had to do, very, very disciplined at the back, and now looking to break forward. Paige Smith on her own 45. Gives it off to the Natalie McKibben. She's fouled, and that's a good opportunity for Down to settle themselves once more. We're now gone over the midway mark of the opening half here. It's 2 points to no score to Clare, but they kind of masked the tail of. They've also kicked 6 wide so far. Down yet to have a shot at the post, but they'll be happy enough with this scenario because there is a stiff breeze blowing at Clare's back. Or certainly, whatever about being stiff, it's certainly icy, as we can feel here from the gantry. And now it's Orla Boyle looking to pass inside, but again, the Clare's defence picking up, but she does get a second opportunity to play a ball inside, and this time it isn't Natasha Ferris that gets on her very first ball. She's out in the corner, but she has been lethal so far for Down. She's got 317 to her name, and now not a lot of penetration so far, but looking for the ball in the corner, and it's a free out. Again, good defending from Clare. I suppose it's been good defending, as we mentioned already, from both sides. So really,
yeah, excellent defending. Clare were very, very patient there. Just from the last play there Down, they're getting the near hand tackle in the whole time, you know. So yeah, both sets of defence are on top at the moment. They just need to stay nice and calm now. Granny Harvey's gone back to her goalkeeper Amy Sexton, who was found Anya Keane in the wing.
Yeah, first touch for Amy Lenihan. So now, what can Clare do? They're in their own half back line. They need to not only get on top, because they have been that for most of the half, but they need to put some scores behind them as well and build up a bit of a cushion because, and here we go, because Megan Downs takes advantage of the slip for Ciara Byrne, but has to move back, and it's instead Fidelma Marinan. Fidelma Marinan has been tightly marked by Niamh Scullion, but she still has possession here in this left wing. She goes back for Sinead Considine, and they maybe look to go a different route. Now, Anya Keane, what has she got to offer? She goes for the crossfield ball to try and find her fellow wing back, Louise Griffin. She does pick up possession, but her options not brilliant down the corner, so she's going to have to come back as well, and that's Caoimhe Harvey that's aiding her attack. Tina Blake now for the first time breaking in, and it's Ciara McCarthy just does it on the fly, and that is the score finally. Well, the umpires are not certain about it, but we can nearly be sure from this side, and it is a first score in 12 minutes for Clare. It's their third point, and it means there's now 3 points to no score. A valuable one just to break that duck, I suppose, Emery.
Yeah, a lovely turn and pivot there from Ciara McCarthy, and just slotted that straight between the posts. Good work again from Clare. Ref is having a little chat with Fidelma Marinan. I think it may be either Gum Shields or...
Yeah.
It looks like it is Gum Shields, yeah.
Gum Shields, so not good, because Clare are down to 14 players for the moment. Now, can Down take advantage of that with a kick out? She looks for Natalie McKibben with that one, and she successfully finds her. She finds Eve McCardle, and off they go. Down, taking advantage of having that extra player. Fidelma Marinan is here in front of us. Still trying to get onto the pitch, and now she is back in the play. But now Down have possession, and they're crossing the halfway line. Megan Doherty getting the ball off the left wing to Paige Smith. Paige Smith looking for Niamh King. Niamh King has been tightly marked by Orla Devitt all day, but she does get a brilliant pass into Orla Blaney. Blaney looking for Ferris. Ferris shrugs off one tackle. Not an opportunity. Gives it Emily Martin. That's a kind of I don't know, was it a shot or a pass, but either way it was picked up by Louise Griffin, who gives it off to Orla Devitt. And can Amy Sexton pick up possession? She can. Now, looking to break out. That's winning a free. And they're not really moving it as fast as maybe they would have liked to have done, but maybe the options weren't there for her either.
Yeah, and Creva Harvey has found Anya Keane, who found Megan. It's gone back to Anya Keane again. If she can see Lizzie Roach is inside in her own.
She can't, because she's after giving it, unfortunately. She's after passing the ball directly to a down player, and it's now Down's opportunity. This has been end to end all of a sudden. And here we go, because it's Niamh King who's finally freed from the shackles of Orla Devitt, and she's making considerable ground here. She's past the 20-metre line. Is she being fouled? She is, says referee Justin Murphy, and it means there's going to be a free and a first opportunity for a shot at the post for Down. That was a great run from Niamh King.
An excellent run and an excellent pass in, and good work. It looks like it's going to be Natasha Ferris that is going to take this. She's had a really good scoring record throughout the campaign. Might be a little bit difficult from her right foot, but if she aims for the left-hand side post there, you'd imagine it'll curl in.
She's got 10 frees in the campaign so far, so we would expect a player of her experience to put it over. But I'm after jinxing her, really, because that's just gone just to the right, and you were right about the right-footed kick. Wasn't the perfect side for a right-footer, but Natasha Ferris has kicked it wide. We're 21 minutes gone here.
A quick kick out there from Amy Linehan. Gráinne Harvey's in possession after winning. Louise Griffin won the kick out. Siofra O'Connell is looking for support play now.
Yeah, and
rolling up the field.
Siofra O'Connell has had a great game defensively, and also in terms of counter-attacking. Has been a very, very strong player for Clare. Megan Downs, now who does she find? That's a very much a 50-50 ball, but Clare do get away with it, or do they? Because the referee here is, I'm not sure what he's indicating. Oh, there's a substitute coming on here for Down already, and it's Leisha Duffy that's coming onto the field, and that looks to be Orla Blaney, who is a change from last week's team that is coming off. Quite early to be making changes like that, Anne-Marie, but obviously I don't know if it's an injury or what.
Yeah,
but
Orla could be carrying it off, but early substitutions. But it's great to have unlimited substitutions in the league campaign. You know, managers can use their panels
and even bring them back on if needed. And here we go, because Down are underway, and it's inevitably Megan Doherty that is driving them forward as she passes the 45-metre line, and it's a first touch for Leisha Duffy. Now, what can she do with it? She's been surrounded by Clare players, but gets the ball off to Vivian McCormack. She's fouled, and it's another opportunity for Down to have a shot at the post. And this is more conducive to a right-footed kick, even though it's a little bit further out, Emery.
Yeah. Good work there from Down, where they were nice and patient with their build-up. If you notice, Clare are crowding it out. They're getting 2 and 3s. They're swarming the players and putting them under pressure. So that's a tactic that Clare have been working on the last couple of weeks, and it's really shown here today, because Clare are Down haven't had too many shots on the on target or on the post.
And it has been really a fault line in some of the previous games, giving away kind of soft, silly kind of frees. And that's another one that has drifted outside the post and gone wide at exactly the same side, which you don't expect from a free taker. Like a good darts player, you normally arrow up with the first one. But it means a second wide for Down. And it's Clare, a relieved Clare, that get it back underway. And Louise Griffin will do very well to keep this ball in play, and she doesn't. So it's an opportunity for Down to make amends. They've kicked 2 wides in a row, but at least they're getting in possession and now looking to be a little bit more threatening as they go along. And it's the substitute again, Leisha Duffy. She cuts inside from the left corner, has already made an impact in this game. She gives off to Ferris. Can she do better from play? She is surrounded, and Siofra O'Connell dispossesses her again. Put an awful lot of pressure on her, but they still have possession. It's Amy Green gets the ball off, and that's blocked down. Ferris is blocked down. She's really had a frustrating afternoon so far, but credit to Clare defence for rallying and collectively getting that ball out. As it's Cliona Blake that gets the ball out to the right wing, and it's Amy Sexton looking to break past halfway, and that is intercepted by Megan Doherty. That's a brilliant run. Now this would be a superb score if they can get it, because it has been a fantastic interception. Doherty on the ball again. She gives off to Vivian McCormack. She looks inside. She's going to try and get on that right foot. Oh, it's a great dummy she does on Creva Harvey. Oh, that ball's inside, and it's Ferris. Oh, what a block from Amy Linehan. That is a superb save, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, we saw Amy do it 3 times last week. She made 3 outstanding saves up in Tullamore, and another brilliant save. Got the hand down to the foot. It looks like, is it Natasha Ferris is on the ground?
Yeah.
Seems to be holding her side. Maybe Amy might have caught her with the foot there. She blocked the ball. Or maybe not. Well, she seems to be okay. She's getting back up onto her feet again. But what a save. That could be a crucial moment.
Absolutely. When you consider that Clare took, let's say, the bones of 25 minutes to build up a 3-point lead, could have been wiped out in one fell swoop there.
Absolutely.
And with down to have the win to come. I mean, that's almost like a 6-point swing.
But Vivian McCormick used her dummy solo there to get in behind the defence. So it was really well worked.
Well, the umpire and referee, they're looking. Well, I'm not sure what the indication is here, but what a superb save. Point blank it was from Amy Lennon, who has really settled into the role of being goalkeeper. And it's going to be a 45, and it's going to be taken by Vivian McCormick. Viv, who had a brilliant dummy there to almost set up a goal for Down. What a score that would have been. It would have come at a vital time here. It was only minutes away from the half-time whistle. Would have given Down that bit of momentum, but as it stands, they still have an opportunity to open their account. Let's see what she does here from this 45. It's a good one. It's veering side, but it's going to drift to the right and wide. And while Clare had built up 6 wides, that's 3 in a row for Down, who all from placed balls, it might be added. So having no luck in front of the post, either from play or placed balls. Amy Lennon gets a really strong kick on that, but it goes straight to the safe hands of Megan Doherty, and she's had a great influence on this game so far. Driving up the centre, Emily Martin is surrounded. What is the referee going to do here? He's going to give the free, I presume, for over carrying, even though Clare had possession of the ball at that stage. And Chloe Maloney gives it off to Caoimhe Harvey. She gives it off to Ciara McCarthy, who's been Clare's top scorer so far. She's got 2 points. She's about to cross the 45-metre line. Gives it off to her captain, Caoimhe Harvey. She's surrounded by 3 players, but Cooley gets the ball back to. Oh, it's a high challenge, not, says the referee. I don't know what he was looking at there, but and she's still down, Chloe Maloney. And now he stops play.
I think
She was caught there on the shoulder. I'm not quite sure.
And maybe to the face, just as she was going through there. So hopefully Chloe will be okay. The ref is going to, I think Lizzie Roach is in possession there, so Clare will be in possession when Clare resumes.
Yeah.
Good work out of defence stuff from Clare.
Yeah, and look, they haven't conceded a score so far, which is a positive, but they've only put on 3 themselves in what is a rather stiff breeze at their backs, as we're now entering the 28th minute of this tie. Only a couple more to go till half-time. Can Clare add to that tally? Well, Ciara McCarthy is going to take it short to Fidelma Marlin. Fidelma is going to go for the effort, but that's going to drift wide. It was ambitious at best. Unfortunately, it's Clare's 7th wide so far of this game. Will it come back to haunt them? Well, we'll only know as the game has gone on, but Clare don't have a great second half record. Anne-Marie, they've only scored 5 points in their last 3 second halves. That's 90 minutes. Only got 5 points, so they're going to have to improve a lot if they are to come out without any points from today's game.
Yeah, just going back to Fidelma's kick there, I think she kicked a similar one earlier on in the game, from a similar position, so she was fancied her chances there, but the wind caught it and pulled it to the right and wide. Excellent disposition there for Caoimhe Harvey, but ref is calling it back again. I'd say it would have been a sideline. A
line ball, yeah, and again it was a substitute, Leisha Duffy. She was looking for a free is what she was looking for, but the ball had drifted out over the line. The referee was having none of it. So it's Louise Griffin that's going to get Clare underway again. Caoimhe Harvey thought for a second that she was going to give it off to Cliona Blake, but then saw that she was surrounded by Down players, held on possession that bit longer, and it's Louise Griffin that gets it off to Megan Downs. Megan Downs tackled late, but still gets the ball away to Chloe Maloney, and if she looks across, Anya Keane is inside, but she's going to have to come back to get that one, and the chance perhaps for a goal is gone. Fidelma Marlin isn't going to be short of confidence, but unfortunately she has kicked that one wide again, and that's an 8th wide for Clare, who are now only 3 points ahead, but that's the last minute of the open half. That's frustrating stuff, Anne-Marie.
Yeah, the ball needed to come across the D there. There was three Clare players open. But Fidelma will be very disappointed with herself there, but she'll have to forget about it and move on to the next ball. Good kick out there from Amy McGovern. And an excellent tackle from Sinead Constantine. But
Megan Doherty's had a huge influence on this game, a really, really powerful runner, and we can see why she has been the captain of Down, because she's been involved in everything good for the Ulster side so far. Down played Clare in the championship last year, the opening round of the intermediate championship last year. Clare having a 117 to 9 point victory up in Park Esler. But As it stands, Clare went on to the All-Ireland semi-final, and Down unfortunately got relegated to junior. So it's a rebuilding process here. And they're going to have to try and rebuild to get into this game, because Aoife Keown has kicked another wide for Down. It's been a tale of more wides than scores for definite for both sides so far. Maybe we can blame the tricky conditions to some extent, but that wasn't really a percentage option either, Emery.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. That was from a very acute angle.
Your right foot.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, excellent ball there out on his clean up Blake, but it's been cut out. Megan Downs working hard on the floor, seems to be battling for possession, and Chloe Maloney has retrieved the ball, and she's in possession, and she's fouled.
Well, there's going to be a free. I think the advantage was on Megan Downs, but Chloe Maloney was also protesting, and Megan Doherty saying, I didn't do a lot there. Well, the referee's given a free anyway. It's going to be on the 45-metre line. And it's Chloe Maloney. Will she have a go? She's probably not going to. Maybe she might have, but they've had 8 wides. It's probably not trying to get it closer to the scores. She gets it back off Fidelma Marlin, and that is a 4th point for Clare. In injury time, we're 1 minute over the allotted 30, and Chloe Maloney, the vice captain, provides that 4th score for Clare. It isn't a huge lead, but it's certainly a bit of a buffer anyway as the teams prepare to enter the dressing room. And Megan Doherty is being told to go to the sideline. Maybe it's a gum shield issue. No, she's got a gum shield in, so not sure what. Maybe it's...
Yeah, she took the gum shield out of her mouth, it looks like.
I'm not sure. Anyway, he's just keeping her over the sideline. Maybe it's just kind of staying the naughty step there for a second. And it's Clare that intercept instead, and it's Sinead Constantine that gives it off to Chloe Maloney, her midfield partner. Oh, and it's Caoimhe Harvey that says, look, give me that ball. She gives it off to Megan Downs. This will be another score. It is. The umpires aren't the most animated, but it's a 2nd score in injury time, and it means that Clare are now 5, a much more rosy position than we had just a couple of minutes ago.
Yeah, Clare have started to give it to the person the best position now. Megan was in front of goals there and popped it over. Really good work. Clare just need to kind of relax and not shoot from acute angles.
Well, that is the last action of the opening half. It's 5 points to no score to the hosts as we wait these under-10s coming on from Cool Gaels and Fergus Rovers. Great excitement down in front of us. In terms of the play themselves, I suppose it's as we mentioned, as much a tale about wides as scores for both sides. Clare with 8 wides, Down with 4. They need to tighten up for both teams, you'd imagine, as the second half goes.
Yeah, both sets of defence on top. I suppose both sides have been kind of guilty of shooting from outside as well, and they need to work it across the pitch a little bit more. Clare will be relatively happy aside of the wides. Down will need to get into a few scoring positions in the first 10 minutes. They're going to be crucial in the second half, but very fast paced and very enjoyable so far.
Far from insurmountable for Down, because they have a strong breeze at their backs for the second half, but for the moment it's the host Clare that lead by 5 points to no score in this round 4 tie of the National Ladies Football League Division 3. We'll see you again in a few minutes shortly to analyse further that first half, but for the moment here's some highlights of the first half.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.
Crosses the halfway line, and she's about to take a major tackle, which looked like a push, and it is. Now, what can Amy Sexton do? Oh, she gives it off to Fidelma Marlin, who has a bit of purpose about her. Can she break that voodoo? It comes off the post. Well, and that's Quiva Harvey that's aiding her attack. Tina Blake now for the first time breaking in, and it's Ciara McCarthy just does it on the fly, and that is the score fine. Going to try and get on that right foot. Oh, it's a great dummy she does on Quiva Harvey. Oh, that ball's inside Miss Ferris. Oh, what a block from Amy Lenihan. That is a superb save, Amy. Move closer to the scores. She gets it back off Fidelma Marlin, and that is a fourth point for Clare. In injury time, we're 1 minute over to Chloe Maloney, her midfield partner. Oh, and it's Quiva Harvey that says, look, give me that ball. She gives it off to Megan Downs. This would be another score. It is. The umpires You're very welcome back to Cusick Park here in Ennis for this round 4 tie in the Division 3 of the National Ladies Football League. Just going off the field are the under 10s, and great numbers for Fergus Rovers and Cool Gales. And back in the field are host Clare, who lead down by 5 points to no score here at half time. Anne-Marie, I suppose they're eager to get going the second half, even though they're against the conditions, it seems. They're 5 points to the good, but a lot of work to do to secure this one.
Yeah, as we had said previously in the first half, Clare's second half displays haven't been great the last couple of weeks. No doubt they've had a chat about that here at half time. They've worked in training. First 10 minutes are going to be crucial. Down are going to come out on all guns blazing. They're going to want to register a few scores on the board, and Clare will want to push on from that 5 points.
I suppose for anyone that didn't see the first half, for co-managers Peter Lynch and Cueva Sloan, they won't be panicking at half time, even though they haven't got a score on the board. They had a couple of wides. They can easily get back into this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know what? A goal could change the game completely. Down nearly got a goal there in the last 5 minutes of the first half. And as we know in ladies football, scores are easily can be easily come by. So I've no doubt that both teams will not be panicking here at half time.
There was a lot of wides. We mentioned Clare had 8, Down had 4. I suppose there was a couple of pivotal moments in that. You mentioned that goal chance. The referee is giving out the red card there to the under 10s, which is in great spirit. But Amy Lennon making a superb save, which at the time would have equalised the game at 3 points to a goal for Down. And then Clare went on to score 2 injury time points. So the reflection on that in just the wafer-thin margins between going to try and get on that right foot, Down going up and getting a goal, and Clare going in 5 points ahead. They were so wafer-thin, really.
Yeah, you know how just going with that save there, how Clare reacted. As you said, they came back with the 2 points, so they didn't panic at all. And I think it drove them on a little bit, after that save. But referee has blown his whistle twice. He's just waiting for Down to come back on the field.
Well, they have a good guard of honour here from the under 10s from Cool Gales and Fergus Rovers. Cool Gales almost in the same colours even, but they're getting a good reception to come out. And there's going to be another substitution at half time, because warming up while they're in the dressing room is Orla Duffy, and Orla Duffy's going to come in. We haven't seen who's gone so far, but that's the second substitution for Down so far, and I suppose it just shows they're not afraid to make the changes. Anne-Marie, they're eager to get that 4th win in a row, even though they haven't been having their shooting boots on so far.
Yeah, they are, and you know what, the league is an excellent time to experiment with players, and to lay down the foundation for championship. And I know it's hard. Some players only get 2 or 3 minutes or even 5 minutes, whereas coming on at half time, you can make a big impact on a game. We've seen the importance of subs over the last couple of weeks, and I've no doubt Clare will make some substitutions as well. There's been some hard running so far, and there's only 30 minutes gone. So maybe after 45 minutes, both sets of managers will empty the bench even further.
Yeah, a lot of experimentation with that unlimited substitutions. A very progressive rule, it must be said, because while it's a nightmare for the media side of it, it is a very, very important for players to be getting a run out and getting some game time. We're ready to go in for the second half, and it is number 2, Eve McCardle, that has made way for Orla Duffy as the referee Justin Murphy gets the game underway, and it's again Down to win it. But what a steal it was from Chloe Maloney, and just as Down did in the opening half, it's the team against the breeze. They're taking it on. She gives it off to her clubmate, Kilmaria Buchan clubmate Ciara McCarthy. That's just overhit for Lizzie Roach, and it allows Amy McGivern to get possession and get Down underway again. Now, we talked about Aoife Keown's influence, and again she's back helping out her own half back line. She gives it off here on the right wing, and that's an opportunity, and it's a foul on the other substitute, which is Leisha Duffy, and a chance for Down to get the first attack of the second half. Niamh King just a little loose with that one, and it allows Grania Harvey to get on possession. She gives it off to her younger sister Cueva, and Clare are bursting out with Sheaffer Ní Connell. She avoids one tackle, gets it out to Sinead Constantine, who has been very, very disciplined in her midfield role of sitting back a lot of the time building out from the back. She gives it off to her vice captain, Chloe Maloney, who does make that break forward. If she can see Lizzie Roach here, she can, but that's almost an interception from Natalie McKibben. Doesn't quite come off, but she's very, very persistent and eventually picks up the ball. That's great play from her, and can she get an attack going? Again, it's Niamh King that she's looking for. And this time Niamh King gets the ball under control. She's 16 metres out from the opposition post, but that's a great block from Grania Harvey, and it's a line ball for down just about 50 metres out from the post. Now, Niamh King's options aren't tremendous here, it must be said. Is there going to be a late run? And it's Natasha Ferris that is going to be the player that's trying to get on it. But again, good defending from Clare, and it's Caoimhe Harvey, the captain for Clare, that breaks out, gives it off to Anya Keane. She gives it off to Grania Harvey, and Clare are underway as they pass their own 65-metre line through Cliona Blake. She finds Sinead Considine. This is a good flowing move, but can it end with a first score of the opening half? Fidelma Marlin is surrounded by 3 players, gets a frontal tackle. The referee is happy enough with that one, and Down pick up possession. The collective numbers hunting in packs worked for Down on that occasion. Aoife Keown gets the ball out. It's very, very congested here in the half-back line, but she does win a free, a relieving one, which allows Down to break out. And we're now almost 2.5 minutes into the second half. And here goes Down. And again, Niamh King is the focus of that. Megan Doherty, the captain, is... Oh, and it's another superb interception from Sheaffer Cullen. It really epitomises superb full-back play. Very, very disciplined, getting the hand in at the perfect time. And that's her 3rd of the game so far. What an influence she's had. Here we go again with Anya Keane. Anya gives it off to Orla Devitt, and that's 2 of the full-back line involved in this move already. And here's Amy Sexton. She gives off to her Kilmurray Brecon clubmate, Chloe Maloney, who checks back around. And now Clare, very, very patient so far, but unfortunately give away that ball at the last minute. It allows Down to get on it, and it's Paige Smith who brilliantly collects possession. Now, what are her options? Not plentiful, and it's another good tackle from Louise Griffin. And no, it says it's not a Down line ball. It's going to be a Clare one. They'll take any decision at this stage. Now, Louise Griffin is looking for options. She goes very short to Lizzie Roach, who avoids the first tackle of Aoife Keown. But, she takes another hefty one from Emily Martin. And Down, very, very persistent. And again, it's Keown in possession. She looks to break. And again, always looking for that run of Niamh King. And Niamh King picks up possession. And now she has support coming. Now, where are we going to go with this one? It finds Aoife Keown again, and she's got Niamh King, and she can find her again. She'll have a shot at the post. Can she open down the count? It's a very dodgy one. Oh my God, it went right across the square to where Vivian McCormack was. But Grania Harvey seemed to come off her leg there, Anne-Marie. Very, very solid defending, I suppose.
It was a dangerous ball across the square, but Clare dealt with it well. Again, we would have to mention Sheaffer Niconnell, who's had some amount of dispossessions there in the last couple of minutes. Amy Linehan goes back to Caoimhe Harvey. Caoimhe has done the dummy there, and she's looking for support. She's found Sheaffer Niconnell. Yeah,
and Clare getting themselves out of danger again. They still got their clean sheet, both in goals and points so far. There's been 5 minutes gone here in the second half. Now, Orly Devitt, last year's captain, giving it off to Chloe Maloney. She drops it the first time, but she's been absolutely hounded by Natalie McKibben. Gets it back to Fidelma Marlin. Clare, a little bit more patience shown. Now, they don't spot that Lizzie Roach and decide to get down the fence. Thankfully for them, because now Cliona Blake, can she get a score? The opening on the second half, she can't. It's going to go to the right and wide. It's a shot at the post, and it looks like 2 players there collided with one another. But the end result being that it's another wide for Clare. It's their 9th of the game so far. And it seems to be piling up, Anne-Marie. It's a bit unfortunate, I suppose.
Yeah, it is. On another day now, those shots will go over the bar. But I suppose we do have to mention there's 6 minutes played in the second half, full half in the first, and no score from Down yet. So Clare would be very happy with their defensive performance, putting pressure on the Down forwards. I'm not sure who's down on the ground.
It looks like Emily Martin again.
So yeah.
which is quite worrying because it's not often that you see a fellow player over as well. So hopefully she's okay. She's been in the war so far in this game. So
Clare are warming up Emer Keane. Oh, she's just gone in actually.
so
Emer, yeah.
Megan Downs here, and Clare not afraid to make the changes here. We're 6 minutes into the new half. And Megan Downs makes way. She got a score in injury time in the opening period. But fresh legs are on for Clare. But at least Cliona Blake is back on her feet. Now, can Emily Martin follow suit? Just needing a little bit more attention. Oh no, it's going to be a substitution. The referee is indicating at least. And there's a player warming up immediately. Unfortunately, that's going to be the end of her day. She had a very, very good game.
Yeah, it looks like I think it's a head injury. So right decision. I'm sure they've assessed her. Hopefully she won't need a stretcher to come off. It looks like Emer Keane is gone in to a wing back position. And I think it seems to be that Anya Keane has moved from wing forward up into the full forward line. As we know, Megan has just been withdrawn from the full forward line. She worked very, very hard there in the first half. I'm sure she'll be happy with her display. Now it looks like Emily Martin's making her way out.
Looks like a shoulder to be honest.
Actually, yes, yeah.
Yeah, okay. It's collarbone injury, perhaps. That's another blow for Down. I mentioned Sarah Dock, as they call her, has an ACL. So here's a substitution coming on immediately. Let's hope it's not as severe as first imagined. But it's going to be another substitution, Down's third of the game. And it's going to be Bevan Rogan that's coming on. Oh no, Alice McAlee. And she's coming straight in there. And she does seem to be in a lot of discomfort here. So Emily Martin's afternoon is finished after 8 minutes of the second half. And now Down do have a kick out because the last action there was a Clare wide. Now, what can she do with the wind at her back? She certainly will break the 65-metre line, but it goes straight to a Clare player who's Louise Griffin. She gives it off to Chloe Maloney. Now, Chloe's been on a lot of ball, and this time gets the relief of Cliona Blake, who had that shot just a couple of minutes ago. And now, Emer Keane is on the ball, gives it off to her twin sister, Anya. Anya in that left corner. Finds Amy Sexton, gives it back to Emer Keane, has it now. Now, Fidelma Marlin not afraid to shoot, but it goes wide again. And it's very frustrating, I suppose, for Clare. You know, they've had 10 wides now, double figures in wides, which isn't ideal. Fidelma Marlin's had a few of them herself. Maybe snatched to that one. Do you expect her to score those ones, I suppose?
Yeah, but I suppose it just shows the pressure that she's being put under when she is kicking. Slight push in the back there from Sinead Constantine, well read there by the ref.
Megan Doherty fouled, and it immediately taken because it's Niamh King again. Because they're trying to get on the ball. There's a player inside if she can spot it. Sheaffer Connell came a long way, and it's Ferris. Can she open the account? She can indeed. It has taken almost 40 minutes of this tie, but Natasha Ferris has opened Down's account. That'll give him a good bit of confidence, Marie.
Yeah, excellent score. She spotted Ferris inside. Really, really good work. Quick kick out from Amy Linehan. Orla Devitt seems to be fouled. Ref says no. Sheaffer Connell in possession.
Yeah, and it's back to Amy Linehan again. An important interception in the first half. Now she just got a distribution as Clare, and that's a very, very loose one. And Aoife Keown can find a player inside again, and it's Niamh King again. Just as Down were doing in the first half. Oh, Niamh King tries to find. Oh my, yeah, it's kind of just bottled up there for a little bit of a second. But it does, the score does finally come. And it is Alicia Duffy that gets that score.
Good pressure there from the down forwards. They put pressure on the Clare backs coming out.
All of a sudden, it took them 39 minutes to open their account, and in the space of a minute, they get two in a row, punishing Clare, who had a loose pass there, and it's now suddenly game on here. 5 points to 2 in favour of Clare, but it's Down that has a little bit of momentum at their back. They have the wind at their back and the momentum in their sails as well. And here we go. Sheaffer Connell gets the ball out. A little bit of space here on the wing. Anya Kelly. Oh, but Megan Doherty, a very, very strong tackle. She touched the ball on the ground, and it's Down that have it again. And look, they're eager to get on with it. Here is that last point scorer, Leisha Duffy. Now, what can she find? She looks for Niamh King. She's been very, very influential in the second half. And look at the run from Paige Smithridge. You can spot her across. Good defending from Grania Harvey initially. Sinead Constantine making sure that the ball is back, and that goes over Natasha Ferris. Is it a score? It is. What a score that was.
Unreal score there from down. What a dispossession though by Megan Doherty out on the wing there. Really good work. Clare seems to be making another substitution. It looks like Joanna Doohan is entering the fray for Sinead Constantine.
Yeah, so Clare sensing that down to build up momentum because they've got 3 points in the last 2 minutes. So Sinead Constantine, the vice captain, making way for one of the younger players in the panel, Joanna Doohan, who made her debut off the bench against Sligo in the opening round, and now gets her opportunity to impress manager Wayne Freeman even further. Now Amy Lennon, what she got? She needs to break that momentum because Down are on a bit of a roll at the moment. They're lucky to win that free, I believe. It looked like a 50-50, but the referee gave the benefit of the doubt to Cliona Blake, and because of dissent, he's going to bring it forward as well. So, Cliona Blake, what are her options? Well, firstly, she's going to go back to Louise Griffin and gets it back from her. Now, we're on the halfway line. There's 4 down players around her, but she does get the ball away to Amy Sexton. Amy Sexton's going to try and cut inside, but she's meeting a lot of red jerseys. Again, probably a softish enough free to get, but she'll take every advantage because Clare are looking to break inside. And what a ball that is from Chloe Maloney. She has found Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach is inside. That seemed to come off the post, was it?
Came off the post and wide, yeah. What a ball in there by Chloe Malone. She saw Lizzie Roach in space. Look, I thought it might have been a hand as well as the post. So
yeah.
I would imagine it was going to be a 45, but the umpire doesn't seem to think so.
Yeah.
It's going to be a kick out.
The only thing is he was very, very close to it, so we can't really second guess him from where we are up here. But there is an injury for probably arguably Down's most influential defender in Natalie McKibben. She's had a very, very strongly, but looks to having a hand injury, and Down don't need any more injuries here because you've already seen Emily Martin go off with a shoulder injury. Their physio is definitely one of the busier players, but it does go down as a wide for Clare, and it goes down as their 11th wide. Their 3rd of the second half so far. They could have done with breaking the momentum, I suppose, of Down, but instead it's going to be a kick out for Amy McGivern. Now, will she give it to her nearest defender, Natalie McKibben, who's just standing in front of her? The substitute is almost there as well, and it is that breaking out from there, and it's back to the goalkeeper McGivern. She looks for Orla Boyle, and now can they break out? Oh, she does well to. Oh, and she's caught for over carrying. Referee is.
I'd say he'll just throw up the ball there now for a little bit of handbag stuff.
Yeah, kind of harsh not to caught for the overcarry in the first place, so this is probably fair play, I suppose. He's going to have a word here with Ciara McCarthy. Could it be worse for Clare? They were going to have a free a couple of seconds ago. Does it mean that they're going to go down to 14 players now? No, it doesn't. He's just taking that. Just a bit of a ticking. We're coming up to the midway mark of the second half, and suddenly from a game that was 5-0, it is now 5-3. Only 2 points in this tie. Now he's having a word with Chloe Maloney now. And we're just seeing if Orla Boyle is okay. Continue. And another substitution here, looks to be. Yeah, it looks like Aoife Laverty that was named initially. He's going to come on as well. Now she's going to wait for a second before. Oh, now he's going to say bring on the sub. So it is Aoife Laverty, number 8, who's coming on as we're entering the final quarter here. 45 minutes gone. Niamh Scullion, number 10, is the one to make way. I played more of a defensive role. And instead, it's Amy Green that's going to go back to cover Clare's most inside forward. That's Lizzie Roach. Now, Chloe Maloney does get a hand to Ciara McCarthy is on session. She's been held and they have a free from 45 metres. There's no descent this time around. So Ciara McCarthy has the ball. Now, who can she find? Doesn't seem to have a huge amount of options, but he's under pressure to take this one. Now, Emer Keane is up with it, but it's Aoife Keown that breaks the ball perfectly for Natalie McKibben. And Natalie McKibben is getting the ball underway again. Amy Green, and gives it off to the substitute Orla Duffy. Orla Duffy just passing halfway line, but what a tackle that was from Fidelma Marlin to wing back possession. And it could be a vital one. It looks to be down, trying to get on the attack again, but instead it's Clare breaking up that momentum as Tina Brake takes the free to Grania Harvey. Grania Harvey to Louise Griffin. She gives it off to the captain, Quiva Harvey. And the ball moved crossfield over to Shifrani Connell. And now Clare on the move is Joanna Doohan, getting her first touch of this game after only coming on. Gives it off to another substitute, Emer Keane. They're going to be patient on the ball, I'd imagine, Emery. They just want to break down the momentum after getting those 3 points.
If they look at Louise Griffin here's on the wing of her own, they found her. And Chloe Maloney screaming for the ball inside in front of the D, but they haven't. It was well dispossessed there by Megan Doherty. Once again, she's done it throughout the day today. Yeah,
fantastic performance from her. Oh, that looked to be over the line, and just a little bit loose from Paige Smith. She immediately knew what she had done. She had possession in her hands, and then that seems to be loose from Cleena Blake. And it's Niamh King, who's been another one of those influential down players that picks up possession. She wins a free inside the 65-metre line and has an opportunity to get down underway again. And here we go. It's going to nearly be a tug of the jersey of Natasha Ferris, but Aoife Keown picks up possession and down. Here's Aoife Laverty, her first contribution, but it goes straight to Amy Sexton. Again, that's a loose pass. It's just been... and that's a free in for down. Just someone needs to take a bit of leadership, you'd imagine. Both sides giving away position quite easily.
Yeah, I see when I know that it's down to a 2-point game now, and both sets of teams are kind of panicking a little bit. They just need to settle on the ball. These silly mistakes are costing both sides. It looks like that Natasha Ferris is going to take this. From what we've seen in the league, it's well within her range. And me also dropped short with the wind that's there.
40 metres out. Natasha Ferris can bring the lead down 2-1, but that's just going to drift outside the right post. She definitely had the distance. Unfortunately, the accuracy was a small bit lacking from Natasha Ferris, who also missed 2 in the opening period. It's a first wide of the second half are down, and it means that they're not able to get within the minimum of Clare, but the kick out has gone straight over the line. It does give down the opportunity to set up another attack. They're trailing by 2, but they certainly have that bit of momentum on their side. But Fidelma Marlin has shown great determination to win back possession there. She gives it off to Joanna Doohan. Doohan gives it to Louise Griffin, who comes inside and takes a hefty challenge from Paige Smith. And what is the referee going to do with this? Because you could really hear the thump from here, and if that is a yellow card, it could be no. What is? It looks like he might be taking out a card here. No, he's going to go against it. Yeah, and there's going to be a substitution for Clare. In the meantime, Amy Sexton is making way, and it's Laura Griffey that comes on in her place, looking for a bit of fresh legs. I suppose we've seen a bit of fatigue in the last couple of minutes, a lack of composure as well. So now we're entering the last 10 minutes of this game. So here we go. Now, what can Clare do here? They need to score badly. They haven't scored in the second half, just as Down didn't do in the first half. And the wind isn't that strong that you'd imagine that it's impossible to get a score. Down, very, very determined. Just need a small bit of composure now at this stage. It's all about the composure in the last 10 minutes of the game. Now, Orla Devitt finds Joanna Doohan. Clare don't want to do anything silly. Need to get back on the front foot. They're 2 points clear, but it's not the steadiest of leads, as we've seen so far in this game. Louise Griffin completely surrounded and down, distant the tackle, and again it's Megan Doherty, unsurprisingly, gets possession. Paige Smith. Now they have an opportunity to attack here. Aoife Keown on the ball. Again, being one of those really, really influential players. And that's another score, surely? Yes, it is. And another substitute that gets the score. And it's down that are within one. We're in the 51st minute. That's a great score, and it brings it back to 1.
Yeah, excellent score there from down, and they're really pushing forward, and they're frustrating the Clare backs now. They're pushing forward as well on the kick-outs. Looks like another substitution there from Clare. Ciara McCarthy is making way for Lauren Griffin from Fergus Rovers.
Yeah, well, Clare are going to need it at the moment because they're on the back foot as it stands. They were 5 clear. It's now 5-4, and it's anyone's game here as we enter the 52nd minute. Also a substitution for Down in that Aisling Cull is on for Orla Boyle, who was down injured there not so long ago. Anyway, back to the game, and it's Clare that are on the attack. They're looking to pass the halfway line, but one of those substitutes, it's Emer Keane. Emer Keane gets it out on the left wing, and the substitutes combining because Keane has it back now and she has a small bit of space if she wants to go for it. She looks inside instead. Oh, the ball is blocked down. Very, very disciplined defending. But Laura Griffey with the effort. And well blocked down. It's Amy McGivern again that gets that ball out, the goalkeeper. Now down, only a point down all of a sudden. Looking to get the attack. Oh, that is loose. Paige Smith blocked down by Fidelma Marin. This is a great opportunity for Clare. What can they do here? It's 2-on-1. Chloe Maloney on her favourite left foot. She takes the extra step. What can she do? Can she put it over the bar? Oh, it's half blocked. What a block that was. And Amy McGivern comes out with the ball. That could be a vital moment. There's 2 players down here all of a sudden. Hold on, because the referee is stopping play. It looked to be head injury.
Yeah,
the clash of Chloe Maloney and the goalkeeper.
Looks like a head injury for both sides there. They were both going at full pace, so hopefully they're okay. End-to-end stuff down for the last couple of minutes. What a game. We've had just 1 point in it, 5 points to 4.
Yeah, it's very, very tight. It hasn't been the highest scoring of games, but certainly as the game has gone on, has not been short on drama. Anyone's game here as we enter the 54th minute of the tie. So, the destiny of the points very much in the balance. Clare needing the win to stay in touch, have any hopes of promotion. Down on that bit of momentum at the moment. They've had 3 wins. They're looking for a 4th successive victory.
And just another substitution there. The Clare team, Caelan McCormack is in, and it looks like Louise Griffin has made way. Louise has worked very, very hard here for the last 50 minutes.
Yeah, she has indeed, and it's a substitution that's well needed because the clock is ticking down and it's needed like fresh legs and cool heads at this stage of the contest. Now, down, breaking clear. And it's that aforementioned Natalie McGibbon has done well, but Sheafrey Conley was equally had a fine game, but that's just going to go out over into the stand, and it's an opportunity for Down to launch another attack, maybe an equalising one. They have the bit of momentum at the moment. They go back this time, and it's Amy Green that's in possession. Just around the halfway line, she's happy enough to give it back to Natalie McKibben. She comes out here on the left wing. Orla Duffy defines Paige Smith. And Vivian McCormack just going past the 45-metre line. She's held up by Grania Harvey. Legally, said the referee. And now gives away, and that could be a vital one. What very strong discipline from Grania Harvey there. And here's another substitution for Down. It's number 16, Amy O'Higgins is coming on. And it looks to be Niamh King that's coming off, which will be a surprise. The minor has had a great game so far, very, very influential. Still up a number of scores, but she is making way. Fresh legs at this stage. Clare on possession. It's vice-captain Chloe Maloney giving it back to the aforementioned Grania Harvey. She gives it to her younger sister Quiva. And Clare build it from the back. just under a little bit of pressure there from Amy Lenihan, but eventually gets the ball out. Cool heads, as we said, is required at this stage. And now, can Clare build? They're still in their own corner, but they have the slenderest of leads that you can have. And they're not panicking because it's Emer Keane gets it out to her twin sister. Anya just shrugs off one tackle before getting it off to Orla Devitt. Orla Devitt coming back into the side today, having missed the last day out. And now, Cliona Blake. Now, full of running. Can she spot Chloe Maloney? She can't. Oh, and the ball still finds into Lizzie Roach. This is an opportunity to seal it. Lizzie Roach, the ball is saved. Fidelma Marlin is frustrated that she didn't lay off the pass, but it was a glorious opportunity to get a score. She still has another opportunity. That one is blocked and it's going to be a 45. That was a chance to seal it.
Absolutely. Again, I think Lizzie took it in a little bit far that time. Should have shooted out from a little bit further out, but good pressure again from the down defence.
And a smothering block from Amy McGivern as well.
Similar to the one in the first half from Amy Lenihan.
Yeah. Could that be, just as it was in the first half, that could equalise the game? Could this be a turning point as well? Clare do have a 45. The clock is kicking down inexorably towards the hour mark. We're into the last 3 minutes of normal time, and whatever referee Justin Murphy is going to add on at the end of that, because there's been a number of substitutes. Now, what can Chloe Maloney? She's got Anya Keane racing down the left wing, but she doesn't seem too concerned about the run.
Too sharp.
Too close, said the referee, and Fidelma Marlin's not happy about it, but it does give Down the opportunity. Clare are going to have to switch on here because Down looking to get an attack underway. 58 minutes gone, and now it's Down on the attack. Oh, that's another great hand from Sheafferly Connell. And, she got the foot in, I suppose. The hands were below the knee, so it is a free. It's going to be taken just about just almost 60 metres out. And here we go. It's Aisling Cull, one of the substitutes, that's going to take this free. She's just assessing her options at the moment. In the middle, she wants to keep it away from Orla Devitt because she's there on her own, and she does manage to bypass her, looking for Natasha Ferris. But again, it's just brilliant defending from Sheafferly Connell to get a hand in, spoil the attack, and get the ball out as far as Emer Keane. Emer Keane picks up possession. What is the referee going to call here? It's going to be a free out at least, and Lauren Griffin, he's going to have another bit of a tick-in for a down player, this time to Aoife Laverty. And he's saying that a substitute can come on. Another substitute is Clara Mulvena. She's going to come on for Paige Smith, who has worked very, very hard throughout. We're into the 59th minute of this tie.
There's been quite a few injuries as well in the second half, so I would imagine 2 or 3 minutes of injury time.
Yeah, at least. Well, it's an exciting one. We don't want the game to end just yet, and neither does the referee. And Emer Keane gets the ball out into the corner where Lizzie Roach is. Lizzie Roach cuts in from that left corner. She hasn't a lot of options in terms of support, but she does have Caoimhe Harvey, the captain, coming back. And now back to Chloe Maloney. Chloe just steadies herself. That is going to land just a little bit short. And again, frustration for the Clare attack as Amy McGivern gives it off to the most safe hands here. It's Megan Doherty, the captain, who's had a brilliant game for Down. Now, she's a little bit frustrated with her options, but gets it off to a player that's been equally influential in Natalie McKibben. Natalie McKibben to Aoife Keown. And all the main protagonists are combining here for Down, and they're going to need them if they're going to make up the ground, because we've now entered the 30-minute mark. No indication from the referee how long we're going to play, but we're just going to have to bide our time, and it depends on how this attack goes, because Lizzie Roach has broken inside that 45-metre line after getting the ball back from Grania Harvey. She gives it off to Fidelma Marlin, who doesn't want to shoot all of a sudden. It's Lauren Griffin. Now, Clare need to be a little bit patient here. A win would be vital to get them back on track here in the division. They beat Offaly by the minimum last week. Can they do the same with Down, which will be their first home victory? Or will there be a sting in the tail from the Ulster side? Chloe Maloney intercepts a clearance, and now she's going to bring Clare on the attack. Every possession is vital at this stage. Oh, and that is a loose ball from Cliona Blake. And suddenly it's down that can break. Can they make it count this time? Aoife Keown, a very, very long one into the corner. That's where Aisling Cull is. Cull in the right corner. Follow her options. She's got 2-on-1 almost if she can see inside. She elects to go right back down to Aoife Laverty. Laverty back to Keown here on the 45 metre line. She goes cross field to Orla Duffy. Orla Duffy plays to Megan Doherty. It would be fitting for her to get the score. She kind of snatched it, Anne-Marie.
Yeah.
And she had an opportunity to take it, but she just seemed to latch onto it first time when she had a bit more time, it felt.
Yeah, she had a second or two more. Again, not an ideal side for a left-footed kicker. She will be disappointed with that effort. Clare will be in no rush to take the kick out, or Devitt's in possession.
And here we go. Clare need to be, it's a dangerous territory to be in your own full back, and especially when Megan Doherty's breathing down your neck, but Caoimhe Harvey got away from her. And now it's back to Amy Lenihan. Back to Caoimhe Harvey. She's going to find Orla Devitt. Oh, that's a late challenge there, but anyway, the referee's happy to let it go on. And now Clare builds down this right wing. Sheafrey Connell gets it out, and here we go again with Emer Keane. Emer Keane gives off to Chloe Maloney, and if she can spot the run here on the left wing, she doesn't. Well, she does find a person on the left wing, which is Anya Keane. Anya Keane from Milltown gets it off to Lauren Griffin. Lauren Griffin inside to Emer Keane. Now, will she have a go? Would be oh, and it is finally. Clare get their first score of the second half. It has taken 32 minutes, but I suppose they won't mind that, Anne-Marie.
No, that could be the most important score of the day today. Patient play there from Clare, lovely passing. Down will be looking to get the ball down the field as quick as they can.
Yeah, it means that Clare have only scored 6 points in 4 second halves over the last 4 games. Not ideal, but it just, as we said, could be crucial. As they look, so is it goal or nothing for down, or are there more time than that? Well, we're going to have to find out. It's Aisling Cull who's had a good impact since she's come off the bench. Oh, that was a great hand by Sheafrey Connell initially, and now Chloe Maloney gets it away to Anya Keane, and Grania Harvey waiting for the ball from the point scorer Emer Keane. Grania Harvey elected to go back. Down are going to have to put on a little bit more pressure if they're going to get the ball back. Natasha Ferris finally doing that, but Orla Devitt is an experienced defender, gets the ball out, and here's another one because it's Caoimhe Harvey, the Clare captain, that gets it out to Lauren Griffin. They have to hold possession at this stage. Cliona Blake manages to bypass 2 tackles, and suddenly there's a few options open up in front of her, and one of those is Lizzie Roach. Lizzie Roach on the 45 metre line. She's got Natalie McKibben for company, but she manages to hold on to possession, and Cliona Blake has it. I don't think to be too overly eager to get a shot in. They're just going to have to work that ball a little bit more. And now here we go with Fidel Marnin. The referee looks at his watch. There's 4 minutes of additional time gone. We don't know how many minutes there are. He has 2 watches. He's looked at both of them at this stage, but is eager to go on. So on we go, and it's Caoimhe Harvey off to Orla Devitt. Orla Devitt out to Chloe Maloney here on the left wing. She hasn't got a lot of options, so she's probably going to have to cut inside, and she does that. She beats Amy Green and gets the ball off, and that is the final action of this game. It's a 2-point win for Clare, their first home victory of the campaign, but it could be a vital one as they're now joint on points in the table with Down on 9 points. And it probably wasn't the most entertaining of ties, Anne-Marie, but in terms of a home win and showing a bit of character when was needed most, I suppose Clare passed that test.
Yeah, do you know what? A win is a win, and it doesn't have to be pretty. Yeah, they have got their points on the board now, and they're level with Down. So to make an interesting last 2 games, Down will be disappointed. They worked hard. They could have. I think that goal that score that shot that Amy Lenihan saved in the first half was crucial, because it would have levelled Down at that stage. They would be disappointed. Clare would be disappointed with their scoring tally and their wides. But again, plenty to work on for the next 2 weeks from both sides.
Yeah, hard to believe that this tie was 117 to 9 points in the championship last year. Both teams would have loved to have that side of scoring today. It wasn't to be. Clare only scored 1 point in the second half. Had a few second half woes, but it was one to count, I suppose. An injury time point for Emer Keane. One of the substitutes was important.
Yeah, very, very important. It just settled them, and down knew then they had to get a goal, and it took the pressure off Clare a little bit. A few mistakes as well from both sides, just with dispossessions and stuff, but again, plenty of time to work on all these flaws.
And there's a 3-week break now, just before we go. I suppose there's a 3-week break now. There's obviously the O'Connor Cup and all Ireland third level championships are going to go ahead. But then Clare are going to face Louth. That's a huge game, you'd imagine. That's going to be make or break in terms of the promotion thing. And Wexford Down have Louth in the final game. They also have to play Offaly, who lost heavily today to Kildare. So they're still in with a winning shot.
Oh, absolutely. It's as you said, we said at the very start there, all the teams are very evenly matched. It's still wide open. I think it's important as well to note that the benches were used today from both sides, and they had a huge impact on the game, especially in the second half and when legs were getting tired. It is a time for experimenting, but yeah, it's wide open.
It is indeed. And will this result be a major impact in that? They'll probably need other teams to do them a few favours, but for the moment it's Clare that get off the mark here at home. It's their third win of the campaign, and they just get over the line against Down by a final scoreline of 6 points to 4 here in Cusack Park in round 4 of the Division 3 in the National Ladies Football League. That's all from myself and Anne-Marie today. Thank you for joining us, and we hope to talk to you again soon.
We were told the game was over before we'd even started. We were told our bodies weren't made for it. It wasn't our time to play. We played anyway. And together we played like there was no tomorrow. And they told us that was fine. You can play. You're good enough. And thought that was good enough for us. It wasn't. We are relentless. The game isn't over until we say it's over. Until we get everything we've given everything for. Until we level the playing field.
Lidl, proud supporters of ladies Gaelic football.